Hello and welcome back. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I was out for a walk and took some photos that were really inspiring to me, and I wanted to paint them for you. Well, that's not the different part. The different part is that I'm showing you how I am realistically painting probably 50 or 70% of the time. I think a lot of people are really intimidated when they hear paint every day or do art every day, because I do try to do art pretty much every single day. But it's not always just like sitting in my quote-unquote studio, which is my living room, or like getting a big setup, getting the easel out, getting like, sitting upright. It's not always like that. Sometimes I'm literally doing exactly what you see here. I'm sitting on my couch, I have something on in the background, I have a pillow under my sketchbook, and I'm just going to town with a water brush. I'm gonna be really honest, this isn't like my best painting ever, but I still really like how it turned out, and I think it's important to show this kind of process too, because this is very much part of the process, and I think this is where like the sketchbook shines, right? Like this is what a sketchbook's for. It's for having a good casual time in if you want, or it can be like a really serious thing. I have days like that too. So to paint this, I am using my kuretake watercolors, and I only have the 6 that you see in there. There's no white, but at least 3 of them have a lot of white in them, so I don't feel that I need white. I can just leave space on the blank page. So these are gansai tambi watercolors, like I said, by kuretake, and I love working with these. I actually do have more. I have 6 only in my palette today, and I'm trying to just like stick with these for a while. I love color mixing with these, and they're more opaque than like Daniel Smith watercolors or whatever, but they're not as opaque as even my dried gouache. They're kind of somewhere in between, and they're certainly not as opaque as like fresh gouache out of the tube. So they're kind of like this interesting area that I don't really have anything else like, so I do really enjoy using them. I don't build from dark to light with these though. I do take more of a watercolor approach, and I start light and go dark with them. As for this sketchbook, I'm using my Hahnamühle 100% cotton watercolor sketchbook. It is cold press. It's obviously not the one with the deckled edges. They do make one. I really like these. It's not like my all-time best favorite paper. It's only 250 GSM also. But I think these are great, and they're pretty affordable for like the quality that you get, I think. This whole sketchbook is almost done, actually. I'm thinking about doing a sketchbook tour with it. I will say this has been like a learning sketchbook. I'm usually working in multiple sketchbooks at once. Sometimes I like dedicate one to a specific thing that I'm trying to do. So in this case, it was learning more mixed media. So the majority of this sketchbook is like mixed media, landscape, and it's quite an evolution of skill, we'll just say. So I probably will do a video on it, even though I'm self-conscious about like the very beginning of it. But I do really love how it evolves, and like you can really clearly see my learning journey through this. But this isn't the type of video that I ever thought I would be sharing here, so let me know if you even like this style. I think it's kind of fun to include every so often in between like more produced, high production quality videos and sitting at the table and all that. but I was really into this view of this like tunnel the trees were making, so I haven't really been able to stop thinking about it. I've painted it a couple of times. I'm probably gonna keep painting it. I'm titling it Tunnel Vision. I think the key to painting every day is to look for ways like this. Painting in a way that is most convenient to you and not getting hung up on trying to make a big thing out of it every time or trying to have like a masterpiece every time. This is just like a really quick casual painting session. I actually threw all the footage into my file first, and it literally came to about like just under 30 minutes with no edits. I think that would be a pretty boring video to watch, but like just to give you an idea that these aren't things that take a super long time. It's for the practice. Like that's the point, is just getting the practice in. So yeah, now that a bit more of the painting has gone in, I can talk a little bit about composition, if you will. I think this one's pretty obvious. I mean, the tunnel obviously creates a frame around where we want people to look, and then I've got all these kind of dark shadows that lead the eye directly there. So composition wasn't too difficult for me to figure out with this one. I'm doing branches and smaller details with the brush. I kind of just want to see how far I can take the brush in getting the desired effect, and then when I feel like I've done all the brush can get me, that's when I'll bring in other dry media like colored pencils, or I have some Neoarts for this one. You can see that I am able to get some lighter colors over top the dark ones, so I do like that there's a bit of that as an option. It's not, you can't really rely on it with these, but you can just sort of play around and see which ones work best for that. Alright, sometimes it's easier, instead of just giving me like every colored pencil I have, I pull a few out and I just try to stick with those. So here's the issue. I painted over where I wanted the flowers in these trees to go. I didn't think I wanted them to be the pure white of the page, but as soon as I got everything else in place, I realized I really needed that contrast of the pure white of the page. So kind of having to go back and see what I can do with my dry media. So I used my white colored pencil. That didn't really work. So I'm jumping around to some other things, getting some twigs in. I love using the light blue for that, and then also this dark green for more grassy textures. Learning mixed media has been a lot of fun. It's so playful, and I'm trying to build my skills in a more illustrative way. Not because I really want to do an overhaul of my style. I just want to know how to do everything. So here are the Neoarts. I'm going over top with, I think that was like bismuth or butternut or one of those. Maybe primrose. It's definitely helping. I think overall I could have made the greens around the flowers a bit darker. That would have helped me most of all. But I'm just taking that same color, getting in the path. I don't want to go too much into the Neoarts in this video, but I have been enjoying them. I will say the greens are pretty lacking. So here is my scummy palette after I'm done painting, and here it is. It's fine, you know, it's a couch painting and there's nothing wrong with that. See you next time. Bye.